You are sitting in your car in the driveway. The engine is off. The house is dark. You have been sitting there for 20 minutes because you don't want to go inside. You know what is waiting for you. The silence, the cold shoulder, the feeling that you are a stranger in your own home. You look at the steering wheel and you replay the last 5 years of your life. You did everything right. You worked the overtime. You bought the house. You paid off her student loans. You listened to her problems for hours. You were the rock. You were the provider. You were the good man. But inside that house, there is a woman who looks at you with boredom, maybe even contempt. She treats you like an employee who is underperforming. You ask yourself, what did I do wrong? You ask yourself, why isn't she happy? You ask yourself why the woman who used to look at you like you were her hero now looks at you like you are a piece of furniture she wants to replace. Brothers, the answer is going to hurt, but it is the only thing that will set you free. She doesn't love you for who you are. She loves you for what you provide. And the moment you stop providing, or the moment she thinks she can get a better provision package somewhere else, you become invisible. You are not a person to her. You are a utility, and utilities get replaced when they stop working. Brothers, I need a small favor. Your support keeps this channel alive. Please hit subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment right now. We need to have a very hard conversation about the nature of love. We grow up believing in fairy tales. We are told that women are the fairer sex, that they are creatures of pure emotion and unconditional love. We are told that if we are kind, loyal, and supportive, we will be rewarded with loyalty in return. This is the biggest lie ever sold to men. It is the lie that keeps you working yourself to death for people who would replace you in a heartbeat. The brutal reality is that for many women, relationships are not about romance. They are about survival and value extraction. This is not about being bitter. This is about being awake. You need to understand that women gravitate towards men who possess something they desire. This is not random. It is not fate. It is calculation. Whether she knows she is doing it or not, she is running a math equation in her head every time she looks at you. She is calculating your value against her cost, and if the math doesn't work in her favor, she is gone. Let me tell you a story about a man named Allan. This is the story of the good guy who gave everything and got nothing. Allan was a mechanic, hard hands, soft heart. He met a woman named Rachel who was a mess. Her car was broken, her credit was ruined, and she was crying about an ex-boyfriend who treated her like trash. Allan wanted to be the hero. He fixed her car for free. He helped her fix her credit. He moved her into his house so she could save money. He listened to her cry every night. He poured his resources, his time, and his soul into fixing her life. For 2 years, Rachel was sweet. She was affectionate. She told him he was the best man she ever met. Allan thought this was love. He thought she was bonding with him, but Allan was wrong. Rachel wasn't bonding with Allan. She was bonding with the safety he provided. She was extracting value. She was using him as a rehabilitation center. Once Rachel's credit was fixed, once she got a better job, once she felt confident again because Allan rebuilt her confidence, she changed. She started coming home late. She started picking fights about Allan's dirty clothes. She started saying they had grown apart. One day, she packed her bags and left. She moved in with a guy she met at her new job, a guy who didn't have to fix her, a guy who just got to enjoy the fixed version of her. Allan was left with an empty house and a broken heart. He realized too late that his value was in the renovation process, not the result. Once she was renovated, he was discarded. You have to understand the concept of value exchange. It is the harsh truth that society hides from you. You are not chosen because you are a good person. You are chosen because you possess qualities, resources, traits, or abilities that benefit her. If a man doesn't appear to offer value, certain women won't invest time in him. You could be the most loyal man on earth, but if you don't signal value, you are invisible. Think about a peacock. The male peacock has giant, colorful feathers. They serve no survival purpose. In fact, they make him slow and easy to catch for predators, but they signal genetic fitness to the female. Humans are the same. That nice car, that ambition, that stability, those are your feathers. She isn't attracted to the car. She is attracted to what the car says about your ability to survive and provide. But here is the trap. The trap is thinking that if you give her everything she wants, she will stay. This is the paradox that destroys men. Once a man gives certain women everything they want, they stop needing him. If she was attracted to your potential, what happens when you achieve it? If she needed your help, what happens when she is helped? The tension disappears, and with it, the attraction. Brothers, I need a small favor. Your support keeps this channel alive. Please hit subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment right now. Now, let's talk about the delusion. Let's talk about the woman who demands value without providing any. Let's talk about a woman named Jessica. Jessica is 34. She works a part-time job that she calls a career. She has debt, she has baggage from 5 different bad relationships, but Jessica has a list. She has a list of requirements for a man that is longer than a CVS receipt. She wants a man who makes 6 figures. She wants a man who is 6 feet tall. She wants a man who owns a home. She wants a man who travels. She meets a guy named Steve. Steve is a solid guy, makes decent money, treats her well. But Steve drives a Honda, not a Mercedes. Steve likes to stay home on weekends, not fly to Tulum. Jessica rejects Steve. She tells her friends he lacks ambition. She goes on dates with high-value men, men who actually have the money and status she wants. But these men pump and dump her. They use her for sex and leave. Jessica cries about how men are trash. She doesn't realize the problem is her economics. She wants a top-tier man while offering bottom-tier value. She brings nothing to the table but her presence. She thinks her company is payment enough for a lifestyle she cannot afford. This is the delusional story. It is the story of the woman who wants to be the prize without doing the work to be a prize. She wants the traditional provision without the traditional submission. She wants the modern freedom without the modern responsibility. And men are starting to see it. Men are asking, "What do you bring to the table?" And the silence is deafening. You need to understand the different currencies of value. Money is the obvious one, but it is often misunderstood. Some women don't want your money directly. They want what money represents: security, status, options. But there are other currencies. There is attention value. Some women extract value not from your wallet, but from your energy. They need constant validation. They need you to be a mirror reflecting their desirability back to them. This is why you see women who keep orbiters, men they never intend to date, but keep around for text messages and compliments. You are providing attention value. You are an emotional battery she drains to feel good about herself. Once she's charged up, she goes out to chase the bad boy who gives her excitement value. You are the safety net. He is the trapeze. Brothers, I need a small favor. Your support keeps this channel alive. Please hit subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment right now. The tragedy is that having genuine value isn't enough. You must also signal it. But even worse, you can have value and still lose because of hypergamy. Hypergamy is the female instinct to seek the best possible partner she can get. It is evolutionary, it is biological, it is not personal, but it feels personal when she leaves you for your boss. Let me tell you the story of a winner, a man named Marcus. Marcus understood the game. He came from nothing, built a successful logistics company. He was fit, sharp, and wealthy. He met a woman named Elena. Elena was beautiful, younger, and very interested. But Marcus didn't fall into the trap Allan did. He didn't lead with his wallet. He didn't try to buy her affection. On their first date, he took her to coffee, not a 5-star dinner. He drove his truck, not his Porsche. He wanted to see if she liked him or his feathers. Elena was disappointed. She tested him. She hinted about expensive trips. She talked about how her ex bought her bags. Marcus didn't budge. He smiled and said, "That's nice for him." He maintained his frame.
He showed her that his resources were for him to share, not for her to take. He demanded reciprocity. If he planned a date, she had to plan the next one. If he bought dinner, she bought the drinks. He treated the relationship like a partnership, not a sponsorship.
Elena tried to pull away, tried to make him chase. Marcus didn't chase. He withdrew his attention. He showed her he was willing to walk away. And that is when she realized he was the prize. She realized she couldn't manipulate him. She couldn't extract value without giving value. She fell in love with him because he respected himself too much to be used. Marcus won because he understood that the only way to keep a woman is to show her you don't need her. You have to accept the uncomfortable truth about male disposability. Society views men as success objects. If you are not succeeding, if you are not providing, you are disposable. This is why a man who loses his job often loses his wife shortly after. It is why a man who gets sick or depressed often finds himself single. When the utility stops, the relationship stops. This is why you feel that pressure in your chest, that anxiety. It is the deep knowledge that your love is conditional. You know that if you stopped rowing the boat, she wouldn't pick up an oar. She would just get off at the next dock. The renovation mindset is another trap. Some women see men as projects. They date you for your potential. They want to fix you, upgrade you, change your clothes, change your friends, change your career. You think she is helping you grow. No, she is renovating a house to flip it. And once the renovation is done, she often loses interest because the project is over. Or worse, she realizes the renovated house is now too good for her, or she gets bored with the finished product and looks for a new fixer-upper. Brothers, I need a small favor. Your support keeps this channel alive. Please hit subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment right now. So, what is the solution? How do you survive in a world where love is a transaction? The answer is not to become bitter. The answer is to become smart. You need to diversify your value. You cannot just be a wallet. If your only value is money, you will only attract women who want money. You need to be physically fit. You need to be interesting. You need to be emotionally strong. You need to be a challenge. You must maintain ongoing value. You cannot front-load the relationship. You cannot give her everything in the first year and expect her to be grateful in the 10th year. Gratitude has a shelf life. You have to keep growing, keep evolving, keep achieving. If you are the same man at 40 that you were at 30, why would she stay interested? You must also understand opportunity cost. Every minute she spends with you is a minute she isn't spending looking for someone else. If she feels that being with you is costing her the chance to be with someone better, she will resent you. You have to be the best option she has, not because you trapped her, but because you are genuinely high value. But here's the most important part. You must vet for character. You must look for the woman who understands reciprocity, the woman who appreciates what you do, not just expects it, the woman who wants to build with you, not just live in the house you built. These women exist, but they are rare, and you will never find them if you are busy trying to impress the parasites. The comparison market has made this harder. Social media means you're not just competing with the guys in your town, you're competing with a global marketplace of fantasy. She sees the highlight reels of billionaires and models and wonders why you aren't taking her to Dubai. This creates a scarcity mindset where she is afraid of missing out on a better deal. You have to be strong enough to ignore this. You have to be grounded enough in your own reality to not let her delusions affect your self-worth. Let's talk about the exit strategy. You need to know that many women keep a backup plan. They maintain relationships with men at different value levels. They have the guy for money, the guy for emotional support, the guy for sex.
If you are the provider and she finds a guy who provides and gives her tingles, you are gone. You need to watch for the signs. Is she hiding her phone? Is she talking about a work husband? Is she suddenly critical of everything you do? These are signs she is devaluing you because she has found a new source of value. The devaluation process happens gradually. First, she stops appreciating the small things. Then she starts criticizing. Then she shows contempt. Contempt is the death knell. It means she no longer sees you as a partner. She sees you as beneath her. She sees you as a resource that has run dry. When you see contempt, it is time to prepare for the end. Brothers, I need a small favor. Your support keeps this channel alive. Please hit subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment right now. Ultimately, you have to accept the reality of the value exchange. It is liberating if you let it be. It means you don't have to worry about being good enough in some abstract moral sense. You just have to be competent. You just have to be capable. It puts the power back in your hands. If you build your value, you build your options. If you have options, you have power. And if you have power, you can choose a woman who actually respects you. Stop expecting unconditional love. It doesn't exist for men. Children get unconditional love. Women get unconditional love. Men get love on the condition that they provide something. Accept this. Embrace this. Use it as fuel to become the strongest version of yourself. The men who succeed long-term are those who accept this reality and master it. They don't get bitter about the exchange. They optimize it. They generate continuous value. They protect their assets. They demand fair trades. They stop expecting something for nothing and start creating something worth exchanging. I want to leave you with a question, and I want you to be honest in the comments. Think back to a time you felt used in a relationship. Was it because you stopped providing value, or because you gave too much value to someone who didn't earn it? Drop your story below. Let's learn from the pain. Stay strong, brothers.